Bro, every time I turn the camera on and I got my window open, I be looking so elegant, bro. It's the eyes, definitely, yeah. I got my eyes dilated yesterday. They're obviously not dilated anymore. 896 days since my personal favorite compilation of all time released. Halcyon Enchanted, Volume 1. And for the longest time, obviously almost 1,000 days, we have waited and waited and waited for Volume 2. At this point, I wasn't really thinking we were ever going to get another Enchanted. Lo and behold, we have another Enchanted. And it's great. It's absolutely great to hear that we're getting another one. And it's here. It's here today, August 18th, 2023. So, for those that don't know, Enchanted is just one of Halcyon's compilation series where we get some good-ass music. You know, that's pretty much very, very good electronic dubstep music. What Halcyon has pioneered off of is the future rhythm kind of thing. And while we still definitely do get that here and there, it's definitely not as present because we get other genres. We have the Cerebrum compilation series as well. Only currently has one volume, but if that gets more into the D&B and halftime kind of stuff. There's also the Halcyon Sound, which is the first ever compilation, and then they had a volume 2 last year, or was it 2021? I think it was December 2021 actually. Yeah, so it was almost 2022. I think. I don't quote me on that because I don't actually remember. I think it was around that time. And it was not the same thing for the most part as Volume 1. It had a lot more hyperpop stuff kind of going on. It was a big mix of a lot of things. Sound Volume 1 was a lot more future rhythm kind of stuff. That was the big statement of like, this is what we're about for a while. And it definitely was. As time continued, they wanted to release different stuff, you know, not just future rhythm or just like new kind of ideas with rhythm. We just had the Kanoto EP, we just had the Joe B EP, we just had an EP by Xavi as well, which was pretty solid, not really for me. But that's the thing with Halcyon is it's a lot of different genres kind of merged into one just to rise out of certain artist styles and just styles altogether. So it's really cool. They're definitely one of the best EDM labels right now in my opinion. I hope that Volume 2 at least is good. I can't, my expectations for this comp are ridiculous. The lineup is really great as well. I love the lineup here. I just don't think it'll live up to Volume 1. There's no, I mean, you have to have like just the greatest songs of all time pretty much to live up to Volume 1. I mean, that's how good this has to be. So I'm not expecting it to be as good as Volume 1, but I am expecting it to be very good. So it's 8 tracks. There's a lot of artists in here. I'm pretty sure I know about every artist in here. Yeah, Volume 1 had 9. This one has 8. Hopefully it's a quality over quantity kind of thing. I think Halcyon's been really going for that because we have not had many projects this year at all. Yeah, this lineup looks really good. So yeah, let's just get started. Here we freaking go. I need I think I've done this. Oh, all right. It's time. It's time to vibe out and let's do this. It's a beautiful day outside. Hopefully it stays that way so the lighting can stay good. But here we go, guys. Let's begin Enchanted Volume 2. We have our first track, Hopeless Weekend by Mad Dubs and Quaston. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Little, definitely hyper pop influenced, little trap going on. Oh. Okay. I'm not a fan of the snare at all. I like the sound design though. Okay, there we go. This is more my area. Ooh. This is definitely Mad Dub's section. Okay, really nice blend of styles here. Very nice blend of styles. Yeah, the snare on Colostan section didn't really resonate with me much, but other than that, this is pretty solid so far. I like the half key kind of thing we got going on here as well. It's always nice to hear that kind of stuff. That 808 is going crazy. I can't really give out what they're hearing or what they're saying. But I think they're saying some funny stuff in there a little bit. Yes! No way they did Jersey Club. Okay, yes. I love that. This snare might grow on me, but it's definitely my only little takeaway. Everything else though is great, so I'm still rocking with this. Very, very cute song. I think it had some funny lyrics in there, and that Jersey section definitely did lifted up my spirits a little bit there. But I like the other sections as well. I only had one small critique, really. But yeah, fun song. Love the half key kind of thing going on. Bit of hyper pop in there as well. Yeah, really solid track and a pretty good start. I'm very excited for this next one though, because I love this guy's future rhythm, arguably more than his heavier stuff. If he just continues down the path of making good future rhythm, I think, you know, that I could say that. Autumn Hate, Disbelief. Oh, I gotta turn crossfade off. Damn Spotify, bro. Alright, very short track, 2.5 minutes, so let's see what we got going on here. I love Autumn Hate, so. Ooh. Little bit slower. Oh. Ooh, I like the vocals. I like the vocals that kind of play throughout. Yeah, that's the good old Autumn Hate sound design. I'm not crazy about how choppy and sporadic the melody is. It always is a little bit of a turnoff for me, but I can still get down with it. It's not too crazy, but it definitely is there, the sporadicness. You know, if you just have a good melody, you don't really need to do anything crazy with it. Like you just kind of use it, you know? You don't have to go all crazy with it. See, this is a bit simpler because it's not as all over the place. It's still pretty rapid though. I definitely love the atmosphere going on and the drums and the actual like sound that he's using. That little one shot's really nice. So it definitely there's still some compliments in this song. Absolutely. And that's it. Yeah, very pretty, as I should expect from this compilation. I like that one. I do. I think it'll grow on me a little bit. It's not a big critique, the sporadicness, but if I were making the song, I would go, you know, I think I should change this pattern because it's a little too all over the place. Not horrendously all over the place. It's not that much of a turnoff. But I just like to think when you have this really nice melody going on, you don't have to go all that, you know. You can just have a nice bouncy pattern going on. Maybe he thought because he wanted this nice sporadic thing going on, he could slow down the tempo so it'd be easier to catch up. Because it's what, 135, 130 BPM? It's really slow. I mean, I think that is a somewhat of a factor, because if it was a lot faster, it definitely could be more of a throw off. It's just a preference really at this point. It's not even like, ooh, it's not good. I prefer it to be a bit simpler. Yeah, other than that, really nice track. We have Heckler. Very interested to see what he has going on here with D&D Roxy. Problem. I have no idea what he's gonna do, and he's on Halcyon. Okay, we got some vocal formant shift happening here. I like that. Yellow tape? Yellow tape? What happened? Who got bodied? Okay. Ooh.
Okay, Heckler? Okay, yeah, he's always done this kind of trap thing, but this is a lot more melodic. I really like the layering that he did with the vocal on top and then kind of these like really big saws and drums complementing it. I didn't expect to like this one as much as I do, but it's really nice actually. I don't really have any issues so far. I'm glad that he's actually on here because I know that Halcyon always likes to bring new stuff to the table. And this is a perfect example. Oh, the flow and the bounce is great as well. Oh, the vocal chops are so good. I can't help but bounce to this. This is great. Okay, yeah, again, really, really good track. So far, this comp has been really solid. We're almost already halfway through, but that was really good. That was really good, actually. I think the bounce is really nice. I think, again, the BPM is really nice. It's about 130, 125 maybe. And D&D Roxy also did great on the vocals. Wasn't able to catch the actual lyrics of what they were talking about, so I was just kind of trying to listen to everything else but the lyrics. 'Cause, I mean, he was doing a lot of like foreman shift and weird stuff to it, so it was kind of hard to pinpoint everything he was saying, the vocalist was saying. But yeah, still a really solid track, and yeah, I like it. I'm down for some more Heckler on Halcyon if that's what it's gonna sound like. Yeah, I like the more trap vibe that we got here to kind of complement for the uniqueness and variety of the Halcyon compilation, because yeah, and yeah, I think I know which one this is. Ver Radiant. We've been waiting for this one for quite some time. I don't remember where I heard it the first time. From what I've heard, it sounds really good. So, and I love Ver. I think Ver is an incredible artist. His EP, Spectromorph, one of the best EPs on Halcyon, still to this day. I think this one's gonna be one of my favorites, even though I haven't even heard the other 4 tracks. The melody is so catchy. Oh. Okay, a whole kind of switch here already. Ooh. Ooh. The freaking bass fills, the little growl fills. I love that. I love that. I really do. This is so... There's so much happening with the melody, but at the same time, it's like easy to follow still. It's just a really fun track. Yeah, I think this is my favorite track so far. No issues. I think the snare, the kick clap, the snare switch may be a little too early. I would have preferred the kick clap to keep going on, but I mean, it's Ver, so he's gonna make that snare still work, and it does. It definitely does still work. Just a little preference there for me. And his freaking neuro, whatever you call this, IDM, maybe. Absolutely phenomenal. There's no boring parts in a Ver track, really. He always brings something every like 4 bars. It sets him apart. This song really sets itself apart from most Future Rhythm songs. You can tell like the attention to detail and everything. It's all there. He really put his heart and soul into this song, and I love it. There's one little period of no tonal anything. It's just like a little laser sound. There's so many little moments little ear candy moments where it's like, whoa, 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 what's that? What's going on now? Ooh, new sound. And it's so interesting and fun to listen to. Yeah, what a lovely track, really. Definitely my favorite so far. I mean, it's Ver, you know, he's extremely talented, and yeah, I absolutely adore his music. I hope we can get another EP from him on Halcyon soon, or anywhere. That would be sick. So yeah, I think I said all I needed to say while the track was playing, but I just couldn't help myself. I really needed to get everything out there. The next track is very, very excited to hear this one. Glass Cannon by Black Winter Wells and Flood Dubs. Now, we have heard of Flood before. I think they had a track with Cactus Flower on Reinforcements Volume 2. But there's also Black Winter Wells, who I actually have heard of before a few times, and I listen to Gnarlathorn all the time. I love that song so much. I randomly discovered it while just trying to find some new music to listen to, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad I did this because holy crap, this is so good. So I'm excited to see what they got going on here. This is Glass Cannon. Most of these songs are in the 130 BPM range. They're not really hitting the 145 or 150. It's interesting. I love the bells. I love this really cute intro here. Okay. It's a lot cleaner than I expected. I know some of Flood's tracks are really like crunchy and dirty, but this is actually really clean. Maybe this is just Black Winter Wells? I'm not entirely sure yet, but okay, really cute. Pretty minimal actually, doesn't sound like too much is going on. Okay, there's a bit more of the noise. Ooh. Okay, this is Flood's section. I can tell. I think. Okay. Still got a minute and a half left though. Oh, is there another drop? Or is this just a longer outro? We're about to find out. No, this is just an outro. Okay, yeah, really cute song. I do like it. Not my favorite though of the comp. The ideas just didn't revolve around me as much as the other tracks, but still a very solid track. I still do think it's pretty good. I really do like the cuteness of it. I like the cute sounding, you know, atmosphere and stuff playing through the drop. I think I want to assume Black Winter Wells did the first drop and then Flood did the second. I can just feel more of Flood's style in the second drop and the more minimal kind of empty-ish, not in a bad way, just kind of more minimal Black Winter Wells in the first drop. And I do, if I had to choose one, I think Black Winter Wells' drop is a bit better than Flood's, just in my opinion. But both are solid, both are good. I like the lyrics as well. I can actually thoroughly hear them around. Maybe the build-up with just the repeating Glass Cannon lyrics are maybe a little corny. Didn't see them too exciting there in the build. But yeah, that's really it. That's really all I have to say. I think it's still a pretty solid track. We have Konodo, Alone. This is another 2.5 minute track. Konodo has a very signature style, very crunchy drums. Just a very crunchy style overall, but not too crunchy. There's also some cleanliness in there as well. I don't really know how else to explain it. It's got a certain kind of swagger with it. I'm assuming this is going to be his future rhythm kind of era. Yup. Ooh. I do like just a simple flow here. Very simple drums as well, not doing too much. I love his hi-hats as well. I think they're so just complementary to the rest of the tracks. They're not just like a regular cymbal or anything. They're like these really low hats. I also have to say, overall I do still prefer his heavier stuff over his melodic stuff. I'm not saying his melodic stuff is bad. I'm just saying I go back to more of his heavier stuff than I do melodic. This so far though is really nice. Ooh. Yeah, see how that snare is so clean. Okay. That's the song. That was really good. That sub is crazy. Or I think those are some other like background like basses. Okay, yeah, wow, like that was really freaking good. The somberness kind of, I mean it sounds happy, but at the same time it sounds kind of sad. The way he's actually moving the melody around is actually kind of happy sounding, but also just kind of there's a sad backstory behind it. So yeah, actually really nice. I prefer the kick clap a lot compared to the other drums, especially that rim shot at the start. not crazy about it when he does that. I always love it when he does kick claps. I think it brings a lot more bounce and stuff. I think it still works here. Again, it's just a bit of a preference thing kind of going on. I'm starting to enjoy more of snare switches and stuff, and I'm doing it even more in my songs. You know, I think if you just do it right, then it doesn't really matter. Actually, one of my favorites from the comp so far, like one of the simplest ideas so far, but really, really well executed. It's Kanoto, so you know it's gonna be well favored. This is Nushi, Never Change, track 7. His song on Enchanted 1 was amazing. Icarus. Who are the returning artists? Autumn Hates, Clawston. Yeah, that's it. And Nushi. There's only 3 returning artists. I'm glad there are some returning artists, though. What are we getting here? Oh my. Oh my goodness. This is... Ooh, this one's different. Ugh. Maybe the chops can, like, be a bit more present in the mix. Or the drums could be a bit less punchy, but... That's it. I love the idea, though. I love the swing of the hi-hat. Oh my gosh. Hey, yo. Is this my favorite? Okay, you could have either lowered the sidechain or just turned it off completely. It doesn't need to be here. It sounds a bit silly. Yeah, sidechain is so strong here. Maybe it's just too strong overall. Maybe that's why I'm thinking, like I said, there's not as much presence in the sound as I wish there was. I don't know, but the sidechain is pretty much just going through the whole entire song. I've never really heard it that way before. Ugh, the little synth that he added on top. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely gave this song its critiques, but this might be top 3. It's the feeling that it gave me. Like, I felt really emotional during the song. I don't even know, fam. It sounded really, really cozy. I mean, most of these tracks do give off that feeling, but this one just resonated with me a lot more than most of these tracks on here. It was just there. The swing of the drums, cute little vocal, like it was some kind of sample or something that he was chopping up. Other than my critiques, this song is amazing. Arguably better than Icarus. I mean, it didn't have that power afterlife kind of stuff. Like not Disciple. I'm just like you're going into the afterlife. Like it feels like you finished your story. I don't know. Is that just me? That was a really emotional track for me. So yeah. Still beautiful. You know, I had my critiques, but you know, I can let it slide. I'd still 100% go back to this track. I'm very excited to see on here. And who has proved themselves before to have very good melodic performances. Sonata, Higher. This is already really cool. This is already really pretty so far. Come on now. Come on now. Very dreamy intro. I love it. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's so nice. Another kind of half-key-ish kind of song, I believe. Unless I'm tripping. Oh my... Yo! What a unique way to make, like, future, like, kind of rhythm trap kind of stuff. It's almost... It's such, like, a... Okay, hold on. Let me wait till this drop finishes. I'm gonna need y'all to look up what Frutiger Arrow is, because that's all that I'm getting right now. It's like this really glossy, glassy kind of, I don't even, like, yeah, like really glossy kind of just happiness. It's kind of like what people expected the future to look like in the 2000s. You know those videos back in the day where it was like the Xbox 720? That's kind of the era that I'm getting at here. In the sounds, that's what it's making me think of, and I love it. The guitar? Whew. Come on, man. I was a little questionable about the super fast like throughout the drop, but it really caught on to me pretty quickly. Especially that little B switch that we had in that first drop, that's when it really became that kind of Frutiger arrow kind of era for me, was that. But all in all, beautiful track and a really great compilation. Is it better than Volume 1? Hell no, I'm sorry, it's not. It may be a little more consistent, though, than Volume 1, because there was one track on Enchanted 1 that I just did not rock with really very much at all, and it was Q-Tip by Hugh K. Now, Hugh K is one of my favorite artists of all time, so there was a bit more variation, style, and like kind of energy in Volume 1, which actually I think did make it still set it apart, even though my favorite tracks were more the melodic ones. Solo by Autumn Hate, it was melodic, but it had a lot more of a weight to it. Sea Shanty as well, kind of the same thing. Q-Tip, pretty much just, you know, and even though most of them are melodic, they still have a lot of weight to it. This new comp has a lot just more cuteness and a lot more of a lightness to it. And I'm down for that, I really am. But I think Volume 1 still is better, and one of the reasons is not only just the performances and the tracks and the ideas of each artist, but just the weight of those songs and the more energy that it had. But this, still great. I didn't really have any major least favorites. I'll say Radiant by Vare, Alone by Kenoto, and Never Change by Nushi. That's my top 3. I'll put Higher by Sonata at number 4. I'll put Disbelief by Autumn Hay at number 5. Problem by Heckler at number 6. Glass Cannon by Black Winter Wells and Flood Dubs at number 7. And Hopeless Weekend by Mad Dubs and Quaston in last. But it's very close. It's very close. Again, I expected it to be a lot of really good songs, which it is. So I don't have any like horrid opinions about this comp. Like, just because Hopeless Weekend is my least favorite doesn't mean it's terrible. So that's how good this comp is. It's still a very good compilation. Really putting out there the quality over quantity. It's only it's only 8 tracks. I don't know if it'll do Enchanted Volume 1 numbers. I mean, there were some ridiculous stats on those when I checked last. But I think, you know, I think these tracks are going to go really far. Really great tracks on here, as I expected, from Halcyon. So yeah, another great listen, and yeah, that's about it, all I got to say. Halcyon does it again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all later. Alright. Bye-bye now.